Here's a quick tutorial to help you set up if you need it. I'm going to start off with the less common steps like getting multiple controllers to work on your emulator, but we will go to the simple ones like getting the game on your computer in the first place afterwards. First step, make sure you have Parallel Launcher. If you don't already, use the second link in the description or Google search it, should be the first result, and then download the version that works with your device. For me, it's Windows 64-bit. Now go to where downloaded and extract the zip file. If you don't have a program to extract zip files, I recommend 7-zip. Now double-click the installer file here, and if this message is scary to you, that's just because this is an unofficial program that's not recognized by Windows. You have to click More Info and then Run Anyway. Then go through the usual installer screens. So to ensure everything works well, I would make sure Parallel Launcher is closed. So before opening the emulator, I recommend plugging in the controllers that you want to use so that you can ensure that it will detect all of them. Some controllers can be hooked up via Bluetooth. Now open up Parallel and accept any updates that it has for you. Always just hit OK. Now click on the controller icon. Now to set up the controllers. I wish that there was a universal setup for all controllers. Sadly, sometimes SDL2 or direct input works better. I find that for one player, if I'm using my PlayStation 4 controller hooked up via cable or Bluetooth, that SDL2 works better, and for my GameCube controller adapter set to PC mode, direct input works better. So I'm going to show you the setup for multiplayer. I'm selecting direct input, so I recommend setting up the input for this yourself so that you know all of the buttons, like how to crouch and everything like that. So to do that, select one of your controllers and hit New Profile, then click Quick Configure, and do everything it says. By the way, when you set up the sticks, you need to hold in that direction, not just tap it. And if that doesn't work, then it means that probably you're using the wrong controller. A lot of the time, it rearranges the controllers, so player 1 is not actually on the top, so you could just find one that syncs up. Probably just keep player 1 and select New Profile on every one until it starts working. For me, it's the fourth one listed that's actually player 1. And if you have any weird input issues later, I would go in Task Manager and close anything that could be messing with your controller input. For me, Steam was messing with my stuff, I had to close it. I recommend the left trigger for Z if you're not using an actual N64 controller. That's your crouch button. And remember where the R button is, that's going to be used. And then save your control configuration, name it whatever you want. If you name it after me, that would be touching. Yeah, so now that you have that set up, all controllers should have their controls set up. Okay, so everything should be ready to boot up except you don't have the game yet. Now here's how to get it. Go to the first link in the YouTube description to download my game off of romhacking.com. So on the page right here, scroll down and select the title of the game under version to download it. Download the zip file. Go to where that downloaded and unzip it. Now that is just a patch file, which means it's only the changes I've made to the game. You need the original ROM of the game to get it to work. So, you're supposed to get that officially by using some sort of adapter and putting your cartridge into your computer and stuff, but I mean, you know, also it's possible to find a way to download it online. It might be what most people do, but I can't tell you where. Just later. Alright, so after you have the original game and the patch, search floating IPS in Google or use the third link in my description. You can get it from romhacking.net. Now after you've downloaded it, unzip it and open flips.exe. That's the actual program. It's patching time. Shoutouts to Tomato Bird 8. Hit apply patch. Select the patch, find where that is downloaded, maybe unzip it, then find the Super Mario 64 ROM, and the name should already be correct for what the game file should be. Just select what folder you want it in and make sure to remember where it is. So back in Parallel, click Manage ROM Directories and New Source would be selected. Then hit Browse and find the folder that the game is in. You probably won't actually see the game in the folder because it's in folder view. Just navigate inside the folder and click select folder. After you get out of the options menu, it should be there, selectable. Also, the recommended graphics plugin for this game is Glide N64, selected right there. Hit play multiplayer. If it looks correct, you could just hit play and figure out which controller is which. Player 1 might be player 4, for example, and stuff like that. But if you want to make sure, you can select detect on every controller and press an input on each one to make sure that the right ones are players 1 to 4. Alright, it's the moment of truth. You can finally play the game. So honestly, it probably takes longer to set this up than to play it, but yeah, one last thing. This game is made for multiplayer, so probably the more players, the more fun it is. But you can even play it single player. I made sure that works. If you're gonna play it 2-player, I recommend player 1 to play Mario and also use the boost ability, and player 2 to use the other 2 abilities. Yeah, to combat the shortness of this game, I do have an end score screen, so I guess it's replayable if everyone becomes like a group of speedrunners of this game. Thanks for watching, thanks for playing, and bye.